Hey guys. So, I had this. I was watching this video. Okay. This has to stop. It's not a phobia of fat, it's literally programming to make us feel sick. This has to stop. This person, she was like watching somebody like with a like they had like a dish of food, right? And she's looking at the meat and she's like, "Oh, I can't do all the fat. Look at it. It's all fatty. Oh, no, I can't do it. It's too much." This has to stop. Oh my Lord. Holy crap. Like, they literally, like, friggin'. It's like. Stop with this, like. Every creature is supposed to have fat on it, whether it's healthy fat or not, to survive. If you don't have fat on it, especially if it like has no fat on it to begin with, it's not gonna. Nothing will live with no fat on it. Every living creature needs fat on it. You're gonna see fat on it. And not everybody wants to scrape it off, and you shouldn't, really. You need fat on you to stay alive, right? And you can't get fat just from carbs, like your fatty acids, that is. You eat, like, I can't do carcass, I can't do fat, I can't do this, and I can't do that. Why? Just why? Like, I get that we're programmed to, like, not want fat or whatever, or not, like, either not think we need fat or whatever the heck, but this is a whole new level. It's like, I don't like it, I can't do fat, I can't do it. I can't, it's too much. Ugh, yuck. This behavior towards fat, it's like, no. Like, this full, like, not even the fear. It's not even a fear at that point. Like, you've literally somehow programmed yourself to think you will be sick eating it. Like, no. You're just gonna really fill up quickly. That's all that's really gonna happen. But you need fat on your body. Like, it was a full bird. It had, like, I don't know if it was cooked or not. I mean, I guess it was at that point. And there was fat on it. They left the fat on the meat. Like, it's natural. Like, that's what it's supposed to be. They're supposed to have fat on them. At least to some extent. Come on. It was like, it was an Asian place. Why? 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 Like, why get yourself so worked up that you literally want to cry and puke? Why? And it's not like she doesn't eat any fat. She said several times that she eats like cheese and stuff. Butter, I'm not so sure about, but I'm pretty sure she eats some cheese. I don't know if it's low fat or non-fat cheese. I mean, for all I know, it might be, but cream cheese isn't. I don't think you can make non-fat cream cheese. If you can, I don't know how creamy that would end up being. She uses cream too, from what it sounds like, though. You can't do non-fat creams. That would be impossible. It wouldn't be cream anymore. Like, And then you have the audacity to flip out over the fat on a carcass. Cooked? Pretty sure it was cooked. Maybe it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it was, though. She didn't say that it was raw, so. Usually when she sees the raw food, she will say it's raw. Like, you don't even have to be looking at it for her to say, it's all raw, right? But no, she didn't say it was raw. If you have that big of a freaking response, that dramatic, that horrific, like, I'm going to puke response, horrified rather, if you have that sort of horrified, I'm going to puke response, looking at cooked fatty meat, I should reiterate, cooked fatty meat, you have a problem, ma'am. Okay, so let's just assume, put all our dietary beliefs aside for just a moment. Every animal needs fat, right? So if you're going to kill the animal and butcher it and then cook it, right? You're going to find the fat on that animal. Not every culture will scrape that fat off for your benefit. And not every culture is going to, like, you're going to live with it, honey bun. You get that freaked out over freaking fat, I don't even want to see you. Okay, don't even, like, I don't even want to see you with a bag of popcorn with butter on it. Don't even. Or even oil. Don't even go there. That stuff's even, like, oil? That stuff's even worse for you. You'd be better off eating the fat on that friggin' meat. Now, if you have no gallbladder, it might be a little harder, but that's where bile salts come. You need your bile salts. You have to take them externally at that point. From an external source, because you don't make them anymore. Or you have trouble with them. Right? So, that, I could see you not being able to do fat because of that. But I don't know how anyone could program themselves to literally become sick at the sight of fat. Like, she put her hands over her mouth, like, oh my gosh. Like that. How do you... Why? You can't stand the sight of an animal? Animals have fat on them. You're gonna see the fat once they skin it. Yeah, it's how that works. Come on. Look, how do you even deal with meat? You eat meat like, oh right, you just buy the boneless, skinless, never mind. No fat. Right. Girl, you need to grow up a little. Like, I understand people have been programmed to not like it or something like that, but this woman somehow trained herself to literally nearly get sick at the sight of it. At the sight of fat. Naturally occurring fat. Right? Like, some birds are probably more lean than others, and maybe they fattened it up a little bit. But natural or not, they're going to have fat on them. You're going to need a specialist at this point. Holy, like, I don't like it. It's too fatty. It looks so gross. Oh my God. Oh my God. These people, like, just, I get it if you saw it and you had no gallbladder and you were like, oh God. Oh, that's a lot of fat. Holy. Eesh. Right? But that's not my reaction. Even if I had a gallbladder or not, that wouldn't be my reaction. My reaction would be, wow, that's a lot of fat. And I would eat what I can. Like a grown-up. If you have no problem going, I can't do it, it's too fatty, then you should be okay with people going, green peas, I hate them, they look like, that smelling looks like puke, those peas, the beans, good, gross. Yeah. And you tell kids to grow up? And eat them anyway? Why don't you grow up and... I was going to say man up, but... maybe get a little bit more of a boost in your courage and just eat the dang fat. Your body would thank you for it. It actually would. You don't want to be too thin, right? Fat gets you to a point where you're not too thin and you're not too fat. Yeah. Your hormones need the fat to function properly. You don't eat fat? Bye-bye hormones. Bye-bye. You can say bye-bye to them. This kind of reaction of, I can't do it, it's too fatty, too much fat. She starves herself too. She literally admitted that she wasn't going to have dinner that night because of the time. Because of the time, people. And she's a thin woman too. I'm sorry, but if you're thin, you have no business fasting, honey. Especially the diet you eat. She has kind of said without saying her diet. Like this, I'm sorry, but no. You have no business fasting. One little itty bitty piece of cheese? That's it? After what? Only eating salad all day long and fruit and sandwiches? No. No. And one little measly chicken meal, maybe? Probably didn't even have chicken that night. I don't know. Girl. No. You're older too. You need way more protein. Diet beliefs aside, we all know that everybody, as they get older, needs more protein. Okay? And you're not going to get that from nuts and seeds, okay? Whatever diet you follow, we all know that we ate meat since the dawn of time. You can't outsmart Mother Nature with the technology. Mother Nature, no human can outsmart your body. They can't outsmart the human body. They can't outsmart themselves. They can't outsmart anybody else. Sorry, but you can't outsmart Mother Nature. You can't. The human body knows what's real and what isn't. It knows when you put it in there. That is why when it sees proteins from the peanuts and it's a body that's allergic to peanuts, it's a reaction to get the peanuts out because, honey, that ain't real protein that the body can work with. That ain't real protein that the body can work with. So, if you're trying to make fat out of sugar and not all bodies are efficient at that. Clearly yours isn't, because you say you don't eat a lot of, but the only carbs you eat are like bread, a little bit of bread here and there. Like, you barely even eat carbs. This, again, girl, stop, just stop. Don't, just grow up a little bit, okay? You need to understand that animals, natural or not, are going to have fat on them to some extent, okay? All animals, doesn't matter what they are. Doesn't matter if it's a bird or a freaking what's a fattier animal? Even caribou. Come on, caribou even have fat on them. No. Just, you barely eat. And then you're going to complain about fat on meat when you barely even eat anyways? She like nibbles. She eats like a bird. Nibbles. As they say. They I don't know. I don't think she literally eats like a bird, because birds, like, I don't know. I feel like if birds were to eat, they would but yeah, she I'm sure she eats like a bird. I mean, at least when I see her, all she does is like grab one little thing. She'll eat that, and then that'll be it. And it's usually, well, I shouldn't say she doesn't eat any sugar, because of, like, she'll have like little treat things here and there, like little candy things. But she's lower carb than most people. But she doesn't eat. Like, she admits to that. I have nothing against her as a whole, but that reaction. It's just the reaction of, no fat, I can't do it. Grow up, woman. Just, okay? Just grow up, breathe, take a breath, and realize that all animals are going to have fat on them. Like, you can't just... Now, I don't like when fat is, like, clumpy, okay? You know that, like, when you get the... when you cook the bird, and when you pull the skin away and all that, the fat's kind of, like, attached. I don't like it when it's clumpy. I like it when it's mixed in, right? Like, that's how I like it. But I don't turn it down anymore, because I know that it's good for me, and it keeps my hormones functioning. Gives you enough cholesterol so you don't burn like heck in the sun. When you eat enough cholesterol and fat, you don't burn as bad. If you burn at all, you won't burn nearly as bad, okay? Nearly as bad. You will be fine in the sun. Okay? So, maybe a little inappropriate to say, but man up. Eat some, get some fattier cuts sometime, like thighs. Come on, woman. Look, if you're gonna eat no carbs, or barely any carbs, I don't think she uses regular bread either. If you're gonna eat no carb, you need to be eating fat, honey. And you're not gonna get anything from just like not lean meat does not have enough fat. Cheese is not enough. You need to eat meat too. Like most of your diet should be comprising of fat and meat. If that's how you're gonna approach it. I don't even know how much fruit she eats. It doesn't sound like she eats a whole lot though. It really doesn't. And you're an older woman. Like, girl. Yeah. This is nothing against her as a whole. Like I've said, this isn't against her as a person. She's pretty cool. I actually kind of like her. I like her takes on the things that she reviews and reacts to. But, girl, if you're going to have that kind of response, yeah, no. You need to kind of breathe a little bit there, honey, and try to, like, yeah. Not every culture is going to scrape the fat off to please you. And your body needs fat, so there's that. And that's one thing she says too, actually, is there's that. But I've always kind of said it too. Like, even before my channel. But yeah, there's that. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. The reaction's really far out there. That's just, yeah. Breathe. Take a breath, okay? Take a breath. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one.